Every one of us will face a giant in our lives, something so vast, so intimidating that it seems impossible to overcome. It could be fear, doubt, struggles that shake us to our core, a challenge that towers over us like a mighty warrior, daring us to fight and expecting us to fail. But what if I told you that the most powerful weapon you need is not strength, not skill, not even experience? It is faith, faith in something greater than yourself. Faith that no matter how impossible a battle may seem, victory is never out of reach for those who trust in the power of God. This is the story of David and Goliath, a story not just about an ancient battle, but about the battles we all face today. It is proof that no giant is too big when your faith is bigger. Watch closely, and you'll see true power is not in the size of the warrior, but in the heart that believes. In the land of ancient Israel, two mighty armies stood at a standstill. The Israelites, led by King Saul, faced the Philistines, a fierce and ruthless enemy. But what held them frozen in fear was not the army itself. It was him, Goliath. Every day, Goliath will rise up and roar against the army of Israel, the God's chosen army. Israel, why do you even bother standing against us? Choose a man to fight me. If he kills me, we will be your servants. But if I win, you will be ours. For 40 days, morning and evening, Goliath's challenge echoed through the valley, and for 40 days, not a single Israelite dared to step forward. When Saul and all Israel heard those words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. Now, far away from the battlefield and tending his father's sheep was the son of Jesse, whose name was David. And the three eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle, and David was the youngest. And Jesse said to David, "Take this bread and cheese to your brothers at the battlefield. See how they are doing?" David arrives at the Israelite camp, excited to see the soldiers, but confusion washes over him as he notices the fear on their faces. Then Goliath's booming voice fills the air again. David turns to see the giant taunting the Israelites. David said to a soldier, "Who is this man? How dare he mock the armies of the living God?" Soldier said nervously, "He is Goliath of Gath, the strongest warrior of the Philistines. No one can defeat him." David said, "If no one else will fight him, then I will." With doubt and disbelief, the soldiers brought David before King Saul. King Saul looks at David in disbelief and said, "You are just a boy. Goliath has been a warrior since his youth." David responded with confidence, "I may be young, but I have fought lions and bears to protect my father's sheep. The Lord saved me from them, and he will save me from this giant." Saul, seeing the fire in David's eyes, sighs and nods. He takes off his own armor and hands it to David. King Saul said, "Then go, but at least wear my armor." David tries to walk in the oversized armor, but it is heavy and uncomfortable. He shakes his head and removes it. David, smiling, "I don't need this. I will fight my own way." David walks down to a small stream, his hands trembling slightly, but not with fear. With focus, he picks up 5 smooth stones and places them in his pouch. He grips his simple shepherd's sling and looks toward the giant. Goliath watches as David approaches, a small boy with no armor, no sword, just a sling and a few stones. He bursts into laughter, shaking his head. Goliath roared, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here, boy. I will feed your flesh to the birds and the beasts." The Philistines roar with laughter, mocking David. But David stands firm, eyes locked on Goliath. David, raising his voice full of conviction. You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today, he will deliver you into my hands. The laughter stops. Goliath's smile fades as David runs toward him, sling spinning in the air. Tension builds. David's sling whirls faster and faster. It whistles through the air and strikes Goliath right between the eyes. Time slows as Goliath's expression changes from shock to disbelief. Then he stumbles and crashes to the ground. The mighty warrior had fallen. The Israelites stare in stunned silence. Then a roar erupts from their ranks. The Philistines, seeing their champion dead, turn and flee. The Israelites charge after them, victory in their hearts. David stands over Goliath, looking down at the fallen giant. He breathes heavily, then lifts his face to the sky. With faith, courage, and a simple sling, David defeated the greatest warrior of his time, not with strength, but with trust in something far greater. This is the story of David and Goliath, a reminder that no giant is too big when you have courage and faith. No matter the battle you face, always remember, the greatest victories begin with belief.
If this encouraged you, share it with someone who needs a reminder of what faith can do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because together, we're building a community of faith over fear. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.